Hi, I just want to upload my video for you from a couple days ago. I made it for you on like the 10th or something, and it wasn't there. I think I accidentally deleted it or something. I'm bummed about that. So the reason I have made a video for you in the last week, but I don't have it anymore, so sorry. The things that happened since I've last made a video for you were a cool campy burlesque class on Saturday where I learned how to use my Muppet face. And then I bumped into Rel at Amalgam Comics shop and saw his place and met his dog, and that was nice. And then Monday was that polyamory panel at Montgomery County Community College. Oh, it's Saturday right now, for the record. So Monday was a poly panel where there were 3 poly folks, and we all came to a human sexuality class at Montco. I thought I'd never go back to that campus. What a miserable place. That's not true. It's a perfectly cromulent community college. Anyway, and they asked us a whole bunch of questions about polyamory. One of them was, do you guys like sister wives? And all 3 of us were like, never seen it. And then Monday night was Pesach at Saba and Safta's, and Kenny and Claire both came. That was lovely. So yeah, I left work at like 11 a.m. or like 11:30 on Monday to go to the poly panel, and then went to dinner at Saba and Safta's. Oh yeah, that morning at work, I was gonna leave at 11, but then, hi dogs! Hello. But then we got an email from the company being like, everyone down to the cafeteria. Look at those dogs. Come down to the cafeteria at 11. It's important, you have to be there, it's mandatory. And that's when they told us that we all got an extra week of vacation, which is really cool. That's not exactly what happened. That they changed the thresholds, that like before the minimum was 2 weeks and now the minimum is 3 weeks and the maximum is 4 weeks. And so I got another 7 days. I now get 17 days off work every year, which is pretty great actually. And they put like a foosball table and a ping pong table in the lunchroom and added some couches and made all the coffee in the building free instead of costing a quarter, and added these cool new vending machines. They were just like, we realize we're not being very competitive or nice to you, so here, have some things. And then was the poly panel, and then was dinner at Saba and Safta's. And then Tuesday I left work at 1. Oh my god, look at these flowers. Look at these flowers, they're so big and pretty. Oh my gosh. Wow. And I went home and set up for my own Seder, which was lovely. There were 17 people. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 people jam-packed into my dining room for a wonderful potluck and meal. It was a lovely, lovely time. I enjoyed it immensely. And then Thursday night we watched Prince of Egypt, as is appropriate for doing every year. And then we had off work on Friday because Good Friday. So I got a bunch of stuff for the burlesque show done. I made pasties, which are easier and harder than you would expect to make. I started working on my prop. Tomorrow I'm pretty stoked about this thing. We've got a videographer, so you're gonna see a video of it. Guaranteed. It's gonna be great. And now it's Saturday. Oh yeah, and so yesterday was Friday, and I made the props and stuff, and then in the evening, Jacob and I went to a talk at Penn. Some friend of a friend was giving it about, it was called like historical voyeurism and your moral obligation to the historical objects that you're studying to not treat them as curios or objects of shock and entertainment, but instead to make sure you're only looking at something to derive historical or educational value from it, and to like be able to justify the steps you are taking in your research. It was interesting. I don't know if I agreed with all of it, but like her words were very, very cool. And then we grabbed a quick dinner last night at Cozy, which is tempting because there's cozy bread, but it's Passover. And then we went to a documentary on Lindy Hop, like modern Lindy Hop, and also a little bit the history of Lindy Hop, and sort of how it's this huge movement now. And one of the things they mentioned was that one of the biggest centers for Lindy Hop in the whole world is South Korea. So you should do some Lindy Hoppin', sister dear, because apparently you're in the right place to join a community of swing dancers. And I've just now left Jacob's place and I'm home to do more crafting and some sewing. So here's my video of a very quick sum up of the last week instead of being 2 videos as I intended. So,